Hello family, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and thank you for being here. So guys, today is a new week. Let's celebrate a new week. And I also can't believe we are in March already. How awesome is this? The year is nearly over before we know it. So make sure you still stick to your goals, stick to your New Year resolution. If you've got some, make sure you follow it all the way until to December. So before I dig into today's video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons about living in Congo or Lubumbashi. So I stayed in Lubumbashi for 3 weeks when I went back home last year. I can't believe it's last year already, but yeah, so when I went back home, I stayed in Lubumbashi for 3 weeks, and I think I'm qualified to do the pros and cons video. Also, I'm a Congolese, so I can share my pros and cons, what I like and I didn't like about my country. But hey, I'm a proud Congolese, so keep that in mind. Without taking your time, we're gonna start straight into the video. So the other thing I will just quickly mention here, I understand a lot of YouTubers from Africa, they're trying to encourage diasporan to go back home, but this is something that they need to focus on. They don't tell people how to prepare themselves. They just say, oh, we need you guys to come back home. But I feel like, to myself, I feel like Congo is not prepared for diasporan to come back home, because as soon as they see someone with a foreigner passport, they just think of you as you've got so much money to waste, which is not good. We work hard here for our money. So when we go home, we don't expect like we are loaded. We are not loaded. Some of us have so much bills we still need to cover while we are home. So one thing I'll mention is, make sure if you have your good paid job, don't rush or don't get pressured on this YouTuber and saying come back home. When you go home, you won't find a job. So you need to have a plan, because just keep in mind right now, if you go back home, no one will employ you. First, you are overqualified. Secondly, the labor is so cheap. So if you have a good, nice job here in the Western, just be careful saying that you're going to move there without a plan. So make sure you have a good plan, knowing you're gonna go there and create jobs and create opportunity and create businesses. Don't think anyone will employ you even though you are qualified or anything like that. Another thing you need to know, if you're coming from diasporan and going back home, just remember that you will need to adjust. There's so much things you will need to adjust, and there's so much things you need to learn. So yeah, keep that in mind, because there will be people who will push your boundary, people who will test your patience. So be prepared of all these things. So we'll start with the pros, and then I'll move into the cons. So the things that I liked about Lubumbashi or living in Congo was, the first thing first, Congo is rich. Especially in Lubumbashi, there's a lot of minerals, a lot of mining there. Congo is very rich. Growing up, I thought Congo was all the rich and everything we got taught at school was all just school based, just a history. But to be honest, I saw with my own naked eyes how many trucks were covered in debt, transporting soil from Lubumbashi to Zambia and heading to South Africa. I was amazed to see how much soil is going out of country, and I got to ask myself, what is in that soil? We don't know. So yeah, just keep in mind. Plus, 90% of people that were in my flight to Lubumbashi from South Africa, they were all Caucasian. 90% of people. So 90% of people in the plane were Caucasian, people from Dutch, Indians, Australian, they were American, they were everyone from a different country, like all Caucasian, and it was 90% of them going to Lubumbashi. But then when you watch news or listen to what social media or the media project about Congo, it's always about war, famine, and just the nasty bad things about the country. But other Caucasian and other expats, they're going to the country. Keep in mind, Congo is super rich, but we just don't have a good leader or good leaders that will really stand up for those minerals and monitor it closely so we can develop our country and project our country for better and for the population. Sorry guys, I'll be reflecting back to my notes so that I can stay and stick to my note and make sure I stay on track and I don't forget or miss anything else. Another thing I love about Lubumbashi is that people, most of the people own their own houses, so people don't have like mortgages. They pay up front, everyone own their house, so it's less stressful to worry about paying bills. So that was another thing I love about living in Lubumbashi. Lubumbashi is very safe. Safety is really good in Lubumbashi compared to other provinces or states that I visited, because I went to 4 states. I went to Lubumbashi, Kalemi, Goma and Bukavu, and I found that Lubumbashi was much safer than other places. Yeah. Lubumbashi, or living in Congo, is the culture, the music. Man, I love that. The culture, the music, the way people dress, the confidence. Congolese have confidence, guys. Confidence is our thing. Yeah, I really love that. People are so respectful. Yeah, the food was amazing. I love the food, I love the music, I love the culture. It was just awesome. It was just awesome. Lubumbashi labor is still cheap. You can still afford a maid, you can afford gardener, security guard, and this is someone who with just like a standard salary, and you can still afford these other extra services, when here in the Western you can't. Land are still affordable. Land are very affordable in Lubumbashi, and some other place of the country they're still affordable. So I will encourage all my Congolese people, please make sure you have a piece of Congo, because Congo is getting, people are taking over. Like some other people are taking over, right? They're buying land, they're taking huge, massive lands. Why not you Congolese people have your own soil? Why not us? We have to claim our soil, and people who are living, all the diasporan, everyone above 18, you need to own a piece of land in Congo. That's a must. There's a lot of opportunity. So you know what they always say, like one man's trash is one man's treasure. So yeah, something that I didn't like, someone else might like it and they might see the opportunity, and something that I lacked, some people might think is not, it's not good. But yeah, so this is just my opinion. I think other people will have other opinions. The other thing I like about living in Congo, people put God first. There's so many churches. A lot of people attend church on Sunday, so you find like on Sunday is like no services at all. Like you won't find any shops open or mechanics. Everything is literally like shut, and people are just focusing to go to church and dress really well. In Congo or Lubumbashi, you need to know people. So if you are not a people person, you're going to struggle. So make sure if you go to Lubumbashi, you have to know people and find some people that you can trust, or if you have a family members, make sure you can trust them. In Lubumbashi or Congo, I didn't feel any racial or racism towards my skin color. I felt like I'm back home, everyone is equal, you get treated well, and yeah, there was no such a thing of racial or any comment. So that was really good. Another thing I love was the family oriented environment. So you will see your family 24/7. You'll drop to your house and see your family. You will talk to your family, you'll talk to your friends, like you speak your language. Oh, that was a therapy. Speak my own language, speak Swahili, speak a bit of Kifulero. I loved it. Like, it was so good. It was just a therapy to me. You can talk to anyone. Actually, you can talk to anyone as a stranger, and you will have a good conversation, and you think like you've known them for a long time. When if you were to do that here in Western or Australia, you will come across as weird or creepy. So that was another good thing I love. People are so respectful. So you see people treat you with respect. They will speak to you with manner. They'll call you sister even though you're not related. They'll call you brother even though you're not related. So that was really good. Model of transport is very affordable. So if you want to use public transport like a bus, it's very affordable. You can pay $1 and you can go from one place to the city, and you pay $1. Or you've also got motorbikes, but if you're concerned of your safety, again, but motorbike is an option, but it's very big, so people are all spread out, so you are not just in one place. Lumbashi or Congo, you can still dream. I feel like you can still dream to create something that can be like creating a business, starting up a business, and you don't have to have so much like a bigger capital. You can just start your own business, which is a great thing. I love about that. Can also be a con for someone, because to get a capital sometimes can be difficult for the local, but there's some people who have good business, and yeah, they're doing well. Now I'm gonna move into my con and things that I didn't like about Congo or Lubumbashi. First thing has to be corruption. Corruption is just too much. Everything you do, you just keep in mind you're gonna have to pay money for things to move. Like if you were to buy a land and you want the documents, the government document, you need to pay extra money to get all those documents. So even in the government setting, you're going to pay corruption. Everywhere you're gonna pay corruption. In Lubumbashi, people want money out of your pocket. Like everyone wants money. Everyone wants money. Like, yeah, I did not like that. So be prepared if you're coming from Australia, US, wherever you're coming from, and people just see your passport, they're going to think about money. So make sure you have at least $100 change into the franc Congolais, so that you can use your pocket. I know I don't encourage the corruption side of things, but trust me, you're going to experience it. So I'm just preparing you and I'm just warning you. Make sure you have money that you will have to give for things to move. Lubumbashi roads are not the greatest, especially in the residential area. In the normal roads, like in the main roads, they've got tar, so they've got the black thick stuff on the road, but in the residential area there is no the tar or the black stuff on the road, so it's very dusty if it's not raining, and if it's rain it's very muddy, but not a slippery muddy, but it's just mud to walk in. Lubumbashi electricity is not good. Electricity is bad. You lose power from 5, the whole day you won't have electricity until 9 p.m. and then come 5 o'clock the power is gone. So be prepared, people. You're going to be needing power bank, you're going to need to have lamps and torch and all that things. So yeah. Infrastructure is not great either. They need to improve on infrastructure, like build good roads, build good hospitals, build good buildings, you know, make the city look more modern. So I think I had a higher expectation, but on infrastructure I was a bit disappointed, let me just say. Lumbashi, if you are a person that you lack structure and you lack things to run according to like time, you're going to struggle, because people don't respect time. So you will organize a meeting to like a business, and this can be like purchasing a land, and you say let's meet at 10 or 8, people will show up 11. Literally, they will show up very late. So be prepared. I understand that we need to chill and we need to relax, but at the same time we need to respect time, because time is money. So yeah, But yeah, keep that in mind. There will be African time. There will Congolese time. Let me just say, there will be a Congolese time. People will come very late. Lubumbashi is very expensive. So some accommodation are very expensive. As you can see in my story, the short story I shared, my accommodation, I was paying $630 US for 21 days. So you can see people are making money. It can be another opportunity. Even food is expensive, and I think it comes down because we're using a lot of US. So we need to change that mentality, because that is a colonial mentality. Rather than empowering our franc Congolais, we are empowering the US. We don't even print that money. So every money we're using on that US dollar, we have to pay extra money for them to import that money to us. So yeah, we need to start changing our mentality. Unemployment rate is very high in Lubumbashi. That's one thing I also didn't like. The government need to create job for people. People are going to university. A lot of young youth, they finish masters, they finish bachelor degrees, and they're unemployed, or they're doing some like base job, like they're doing things that they didn't even learn at university. We have so many engineers, but they don't build roads. The video is coming where I'm gonna cover this. We need to change our mentality. We need to build our country. We need to create employment. Our governments need to help their people. We Congolese are sick of everything. We need a change. Phone service in Congo, you're going to struggle. The data is very bad. So if you have, like, for me, this can be a pro and con for me, because I can say it was a pro for me. Like, I like it because I wasn't spending so much time on social media or being distracted with the world. But at the same time, why is on my con? It's because when I trying to communicate with my family here in Australia, it was so terrible because the internet drops. And if I want to upload a video, it won't work because the data will finish just instantly. And if I go and connect on someone's Wi-Fi, it's very slow. So yeah, internet and phone service is crap. So we need to do better. And this can be someone's opportunity to think of creating better service, affordable phone service and data. Technology is so behind. Everything's still handwriting. They're still using a lot of paperwork. So even when you go to the airport, they're still using paperwork, and you're paying this extra money that they're saying we are maintaining the airport, but nothing has even been done, just as simple as having computer and do everything electronically. Electronic is so behind. Everything is so behind. Lubumbashi Swahili is very different. So if you are coming from the South Kivu, like myself, I come from the South Kivu, so I'm from Uvira. If you didn't know, shout out to my Uvira people. So if you come from Uvira or Tanzania, the Swahili is very different compared to the one they speak in Lubumbashi. So be prepared of that. Plus in Lubumbashi, there's no English. So people only speak French, Swahili, Lingala, and that's it. You won't find people speaking English in the streets. So this can also be a con for so many people. But yeah, just trying to learn the language. Lumbashi or Congo, you need to be careful when you're doing some filming. You need to be careful where you film. You need to be careful how you're filming, because you can get into trouble. I myself, speaking from experience, I got my video deleted. I got a fine from filming. So just be prepared. And that's why I keep telling people that I was not able to film so much because of all these discouragements. I feel like people are not familiar, and we need to do better, because a lot of organizations have ruined the reputation of our country, Congo, or Africa in general, especially these UNICEF and all these other charity companies, or UNICEF or UNHCR or Red Cross. They project Africa to be a really bad place they show people dying, famine, or they're unhealthy. Trust me, poverty is everywhere around the world. There's still poverty, but the way they project this about Africa is not good. It gets my nerves. Hey, that's another video for another day. But yeah, we need to film. We need to be able to film and record so that we can project the other side of our countries and promote our country to the world. Road rules in Lubumbashi are really bad. People don't respect pedestrian crossing, so they have pedestrian crossing, but my friend, don't try and go on pedestrian crossing and think like with the Western mentality the car will stop for you. No, mate, they're going to run over you, so you're gonna have to run. Be careful. The road rules is different. You will see people park in the middle of the road and causing a big traffic jam, but they won't even get a fine. You will see a bus stop in the middle of the road and people are coming off the bus and they are right in the middle of the road. So the road rules is really bad. They need to improve on that. Lumbashi is big, so if you don't have someone to take you around or show you around, you will definitely struggle. So you definitely need someone to be with you and guide you, someone you trust and someone that can protect and show you and guide you through everything. Lubumbashi people, customer service is bad. Customer service is really bad in Lubumbashi. Like, they need to improve on this. You will go in a shop and people won't even greet you. I was shocked considering outside they will greet you, but in the shop, you walk in the shop, they won't even ask you what are you after. The customer service is really bad, or if you ask a question, they're very short and they look like they're cranky. In Lumbashi, I found there was not much fun activities, especially for the families. So if you have a family or if you have children, I didn't see a lot of fun things to do as a family. So this can be another opportunity for someone to create those type of fun stuff. I think they did tell me they've got a zoo and artificial beach, but I didn't get enough time, or I didn't get a chance to go and check them out. But I heard on that artificial beach they have restaurants as well there, but they also mention it's quite expensive. So yeah, just be aware that there is no much fun activities or leisure or family thing to have with family. I think I've covered all the pros and cons. To be honest, this is just a little bit of the pros and cons that I remember and that I thought to me was a big deal. So I thought I will share it with you and just prepare. I'm sure I'm not trying to scare people, or I'm not trying to discourage other people, but these are the things that you need to know, and I will bring more video and I will advise people. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time being here. I know I've been a bit busy in posting frequently, but I will bring you more video. Drop a comment, tell me what you want to watch. Let's engage. I've put my social media platform details on here as well if you want to reach out and connect. It's time for us Congolese to join hands and to improve our country. We still have so much things to do to our country. Make sure if you enjoyed this video, you like it and share it with your family, your loved ones, so that we can all pass this message around. Thank you so much, and kwaheri. I'll see you in the next one.